Hey you! I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Jenny Prochko from Miles and Indigo, and I make videos about spirituality, journaling, mental health and awareness, and my story. Let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video. How you can flip the script on your depression. I found that flipping the script on my depression and anxiety helped me, and I wanted to share that with you. This is something that wouldn't have helped me a couple of years ago because I was in a state where I couldn't silence that negative voice in my head. It was just too loud and it was screaming so hard. I couldn't scream loud enough in my positive voice to squash out that negative self-talk. It's time to talk about mental health struggles, talk about what's affecting us, and it is time to seek help in whatever way will support us and will help us become happier, healthier human beings and productive members of society. It is time to talk about these things and to destigmatize it so we can finally find our way back to being ourselves again, be who we're really meant to be. I had a depression relapse recently, and I thought that I had the tools to pick myself up and crawl out of that dark hole of depression that I experienced. I found that I was able to flip the script on my depression. So in my relapse, I found myself in a situation where my anxiety was starting to build, and then it eventually peaked. And I wasn't able to combat the negative thoughts that I had in my head with positive ones. And that tipped over into a full-blown depression for me. And what my depression looked like this time was something that I haven't seen since the beginning of my journey 2 or 3 years ago, where I found myself on the floor crying, experiencing really negative self-talk internally, and then also experiencing very scary thoughts that come along with depression. I flipped the script on my depression. What I did was I took the negative self-talk thought that was running through my head, bombarding me, that I was unable to turn off in my head, and I flipped it. So I said whatever was the opposite of the negative talk that my depression was saying to me at that time. So I instead told that negative depression voice and negative self-talk, I wish to live. I wish I was living. So I decided to take my depression head on and say, I am excited to wake up tomorrow. And then I took that even further to say, I'm excited to wake up tomorrow to do X, Y, and Z, whatever activity it was that I really wanted to do. And honestly, I can't remember what it was, but you could say to yourself, I am excited to wake up tomorrow to see the sunrise, or read my book, or see my kids' smiling faces, or to pet my cats, or to walk my dog, or whatever it is that you really find joy in. Flip the script on your depression, and whatever negative thing your depression is telling you, say and say the opposite. Say that you are excited to live. You are excited to get up in the morning. You are excited to get out of bed. Whatever that negative thing is that your depression is telling you, flip it and say the positive opposite to it. Say, no, I'm gonna do this instead. And tell your depression that you are doing the opposite. And it's a positive thing. So make sure that you just say, no, not today, depression. No. If you want to connect with me, if you want to see what I'm up to, if you just want to check in and see if I'm doing okay, or if you need someone to check in with because you're not doing okay, the place where I am the most that you can get to me the fastest is over on Instagram. That's at Owls and Indigo. And then after that, it's my website. There you're going to be able to email me super fast and I'll be able to get back to you. My website's owlsandindigo.com. It's where I share weekly spirituality tips, writing and journaling prompts, little tidbits about the moon and how to move through the lunar phases with your goal setting, which is a whole nother thing that we talk about on this channel. And I also talk about mental health and awareness and my story and the reality of what I'm feeling, whether it's a high or a low, whether it's bright and sunny and bubbly like most of my videos, or whether it's a darker, stormier topic like this one. We are not alone. I'm not alone. You're not alone. We are a community, even though we're separated by miles and miles and miles, and even though we have the internet and we're all like up in our phones and we're never like really interacting with people face to face anymore, it seems like we are still connected. And that's why I make these videos, because you are not alone and I am here for you and we are a community. So please email me if you need someone to talk to, or go find me over on Instagram at Owls and Indigo if you need someone to talk to, or call the numbers below if you find yourself needing help. I am incredibly grateful that you stayed until the end of this video and that you chose to spend your time here with me today and that you got through this really hard topic with me. I'm incredibly grateful for you. Thank you so much for being part of this community. I will see you very soon. Bye.